welcome to the Wolverine suit tier list. We're talking about this in honor of kind of both X-Men 97 and also Deadpool and Wolverine coming out in just a couple of months. We thought it'd be fun to talk about different Wolverine designs. If this is your first time here with us in a tier list, your tier lists go from 0.3 certified. That is basically your S tier rank. It goes A, then B, then C, then the infamy of the D tier.
Sorry.
No, say it again. Say it again.
I thought you were letting an opening off for one of us to do it.
Say it again.
Bro,
What
that was the smallest of
this?
cracks. It's the smallest he's like.
Yeah, say it loud and proud. What is it?
What the heck is this?
There we go. The heck is this? You don't want to be in the heck is this. And if you've seen our tier list, our other tier list videos, there are some really bad suits and just designs that live in there. I'll be quite honest, it might be a little bit of a spoiler. I don't think we're gonna get any the heck is this in this tier list. I'm just saying. But
Are you sure it's not a spoiler? It's a prediction.
True. But without further ado, we have 15 Wolverine costumes, right? We're going to be sharing them with you guys. If you don't see your personal favorite Wolverine design, don't fret. It might show up somewhere else. Yes, I know. We know that there are some costumes that were excluded. We're sorry, but
Excluded. I like that. I like that very much.
But we can't do them all. It would just take too much time. But without further ado, let's start with the granddaddy of them all, the one that started it all. The first appearance Wolverine in Hulk, depending on who you are, 180 or 181. We're going to say 181 here on 0.3 podcast. His first appearance. The very different mask than we're used to seeing. Similar traits to his most famous costume. What do you guys feel about this one?
Bro, my guy looks like a cat. Like, I get cat vibes from this one. I'm not going to lie. But it's iconic. Dude, that buckle is ridiculous. Like, it's just epic, in my opinion.
I like the Funko for it. And like that comic cover.
Big fan. Yeah. It ages very well, in my opinion.
It really does.
The mask, it's just weird to me.
It's too stubby.
Yeah, it looks like a black cat mixed with Wolverine mask.
Yeah.
But other than that, awesome.
I like it though, because obviously it is the first one in its history, so it does somehow it manages to feel like the first one, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
In the same sense of, like, for example, Spider-Man doesn't really have like a first suit. I mean, he does, the homemade one, but I mean, like, once he gets his official costume, it's not really a first suit. It just kind of ends up getting redesigned bits here and there. But this somehow feels like a first suit for him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go A tier.
A tier. A tier.
A was feeling good to me.
Well, Hulk 181 Wolverine, A tier. Next up, I think the easiest 0.3 certified that we're ever going to give out on one of these tier rankings. It's basically the most iconic Wolverine costume ever. The classic tiger stripe Wolverine, drawn by a lot of different artists. Maybe most iconically Jim Lee. Again, I'm going to say a 0.3 certified. I don't know if that's hard. But.
Listen, it's going to be 0.3 certified. The boots, fantastic. Belt, fantastic. Cowl, clutch. I would never have a complaint with this in my life ever. Like, this is what I think of when I think Wolverine.
You would
It's so
think
good.
that.
I second everything that he just said. Is 100% 0.3 certified.
Yeah. You would think that, and this is obviously going for both costumes, but I would say more so this one because there is a lot more blue in it.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that a weird yellow and blue costume like this wouldn't work as well as it does, but for some reason on Wolverine, it just looks fantastic. And then the stripes on it, and again the belt, the
It's just
boots with its
beautiful.
like winged out.
Yeah.
wing.
The
Can,
thing.
can we give this suit a little something special?
Yeah, let's give it some love.
Give it.
Ooh. Dang, should we
Boom.
get a Wolverine one? Please,
Ooh.
please,
Ooh.
please, please, please,
Ooh.
please.
I'll reach out to the Go artist on it.
Please, please. I just want to throw something out there for this one. I thought the same thing too. The color combination doesn't work. If you kind of go back to our Batman conversation, we were ranking that why certain ones did or didn't work. The cool thing about Wolverine is he's muscular, like he's beefy. He's short, but he looks like, dude, my guy's benching like 800, 900 pounds, squatting like 1200, like it's no problem. And it's not, I don't really know how to describe this. And so if you know what I'm talking about, let me know. But there's enough width in the character that the colors fit in each section of him. And it's broken up perfectly, especially because he's not really long with the red.
Yeah.
And it's just, everything just feels weird. Like if you were to paint this, I'd be like, what are you doing? But it's one of those, when it's done, you're like, God dang, this is a masterpiece. Like, fantastic. I could never do this. I could never think of this. But shout out to Jim Lee and those that have tried to alter or change or keep or pay homage to the suit, because I think it's personally perfect for Wolverine, which is why I'll have this at the front of the list by the end of the night. Probably.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it does, to be quite honest. But next up,
it's got some competition though.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And that's the cool thing, that as I was making this and I sent it out to you guys, I was like, wow, Wolverine has a lot of really good costumes. And I think that sometimes people kind of forget that Wolverine is
100%.
just a character who looks good.
But you know what though? I just want to say this real quick. The funny thing about Wolverine is a lot of people think because he has a cowl, he's trying to hide his secret identity. But he isn't trying to hide his secret identity. He is just someone that threw a mask on because a lot of his teammates wore a mask. Like, he's okay not being in a mask, but he's always going to have one, which when characters don't necessarily care about their secret identity, but also their suit isn't necessarily their identity, you can get a lot of cool different variations. But you know Wolverine's Wolverine because he has his claws. That is, for me, point in case is going to be Wolverine identifier number one, and he's going to look badass, and you'll see. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. Well, let's keep on with the mask, a version that doesn't have a mask, and why not in the new movie either. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine from X-Men 1. This is the leather suit from the Fox movie. Spider-Man, I'm gonna kick this one off to you. When you look at this costume, where does it move you to?
I'm gonna go with C. It was. It's not like, what the heck is that? But it's just weird. So I'm gonna comfortably put it in C.
Lou?
I got to heck is this? Shout out to Bryan Singer for really taking late 90s, early 2000s fashion with my bootcut leather Wolverine suit. I hated this. I'm not gonna lie. I remember when this came out, I was like, this isn't Wolverine. Like, I don't like this. This doesn't feel good. I still don't like it. I actually kind of despise it. The heck is this for me?
Ooh. I guess I'll break the tie. I'll be honest. It's not my favorite costume. I think out of all of these, it's probably my least favorite one that we're going to talk about. And it comes down to two very big design choices within the costume. I don't mind the leather. That's whatever. But the weird X that goes across his chest, it almost looks like two giant belts. I really don't like that.
But how else
Also,
would we know he's an X-Man? I don't know.
it's almost like, they put it on his belt buckle. Oh, wait, they did. But they still wanted to put it there. It doesn't really make sense. And then also the weird, like, shoulder pad thing. But
I don't know.
There's still something I like about it. I can't quite say
that's
what.
I'm saying.
Listen,
I think
Storm
it's
looks
just
dope.
like it's sleek. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think it's deserving of the heck is this. Because when I see it, I get what it's going for, but it's like, okay, it's not my favorite. So I would also say C tier is kind of where this lives.
Yeah. No, that's good. Shout out to my boy Scott Summers in the trailer for X-Men '97, where he's throwing Cable his suit, and he's like, "What do you think this is? Black leather?" I'm like, "My boy, my boy."
Good dig
was
after all these years.
That's fair. I'll live with that.
All right. We got a range so far, guys. This is fun. Next up, one that I didn't even know was a thing until we were doing research for this episode. Excuse me, X-Men Evolution Wolverine. This was a series, kind of short-lived. Does a very different colors, not very different. Does a different color scheme for Wolverine that I think not a lot of people are used to, because this doesn't even have yellow or any sort of yellow on it, which is a kind of a big departure for the character. But it's basically this brownish, almost orange-like color with the black rest. And I'll be honest, this is, to me, the most solid B I've ever seen.
I'll go B. If he didn't have a cowl in this, then I'd be like, maybe a C. But one, at least it's a costume. Yeah, I do like it, and I think it's legit.
Cool take that they have with at least like the one picture we have up there with the kind of the shoulders going like out to here, but then kind of free wind like in the pit area. I don't know. It looks kind of cool to me.
It oddly feels like a very Mortal Kombat design. I'll try to see if I can find a picture of what costume I'm talking about.
It reminds me of like if Invincible were to take Wolverine into their universe and give him a suit, kind of like what they just reswapped Agent Spider and like the Bug Eye Spidey into just those other colors. It reminds me of something Invincible would do in their verse for like a Wolverine-esque character.
Listen, not bad for the time when this came out from a cartoon perspective. Not bad.
Yeah, it's really not. It's a good choice. Like, I feel like they could have done something very bad if they wanted to, but it feels like they reserved themselves a little bit and still went with colors that go well with Wolverine.
Yeah.
So I appreciate them for reining themselves in with this redesign.
They tried.
Next up, a very short-lived costume, but one that not a lot of people know about. The Fang Wolverine costume. He takes this from someone that he beats in the comics, and he wears it for a little bit. It has bones everywhere and
Mhm.
teeth for some reason. I'll be honest, this is a C for me.
It's okay. I don't love it personally. I feel like it like reminds me of like Craven and Sabretooth like slap their costumes together. You get this?
Yep. I'd say it's a C.
I'd go see.
What what would make this better though? Because I feel like there really isn't anything they could do. Because I feel like if he puts on a cowl on with this, it ends up being way too much because of the like all the ornaments with the with the necklace and the bands that he has everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would end up being too much. But then also, I feel like it doesn't have enough. It's a very weird costume.
If they put a big X in the middle of it.
In Bones, so that way we know he's an X-Men.
Yeah, it's a story thing for me, right? If I was attached to the story, I may love this more. I'm not, and therefore I don't see this as like it really could get any better. To be honest with you, like I, okay, I'll say it if I have to say something. Maybe the placement of the bones, if it was a little more interesting. I feel like it's really basic, and it's just like here,
Yeah.
here. Like created a player in wrestling, you're just like you scroll the presets, and you're like, well, I'll choose that.
Bone Man.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
Bone Crusher from Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this costume did predate the next one that we're about to talk about, so you can kind of see where the inspiration comes from. But I'm gonna say it, the second easiest 0.3 certified that we're gonna give on this tier list, at least for me personally. The brown Wolverine costume. I love this costume so much. It is such a good alternate, like an alternate color for Wolverine, because it just kind of takes the classic suit and tones it down a little bit, but adds to it with a nice color scheme that goes well for him. And he still looks really good. I don't know, man.
So good. Super good. Well, Spider-Man, what do you think of this one?
I would 0.3 it. I really like it. That suit and obviously his blue and yellow are always the two that really like stand out to me.
This one's just so clutch. Like it's the design, it's just everything about this era and like the character styling. It's so good. This is one of those where you loved Wolverine in his yellow and blue. Like when you got a chance to see this alternate one, you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
I still know it's Wolverine, and you're still getting it.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
name me any other comic book character, and I feel like you really can't. That is the same person, right? Not a different dimension or a different person. That has as iconic of an alternate costume where I do genuinely feel like where you will go and ask some people, hey, what when you think of Wolverine, what do you think of? And I think a lot of people will say the classic blue, yellow, tiger stripe suit. But I do think there would be a number of people that would also say this brown variant. And that's more than okay because this is a very, very good suit.
I think Superman's black suit is the only other character that you may have an alternate that people choose over the traditional OG color scheme.
I could.
It's more modern. I feel like you have more modern Superman fans that are like, yo, give me that black suit Superman all day long over, especially at post 2013. Everyone was begging to see that. But then again, that suit was kind of dark on its own. But I think you have your Superman purists who are like, never. But then you have your modern fans that are just like, it's the best I've ever seen Superman.
Mullet and all.
Yeah. Legit.
Well, living up there in 0.3 certified. We got 2 so far. Let's see if we'll get some more. Next up, the Fear itself, Wolverine, the Asgardian armor that they get.
Mhm.
A lot of glowy bits, kind of fiery claws. I think this is a very fun costume for him. I don't know if it's 0.3. I also don't know if it's A, but I really like it.
I like it,
Yeah. It's pretty dope.
but it reminds me of just like such like an out there costume choice, like the Batman Who Laughs esque.
Yeah.
I would put it in B. Right dead smack in the middle. I'm not obsessed with it, but I don't hate it.
I'm gonna go A on this one because I think the story is dope and everyone kind of gets like a nice upgrade. But Wolverine, when he stands next to everyone else, I'm just like, well, boy's still looking top tier.
I just,
Ah.
I was going to say, I think what puts it at an A for me personally is the fact that they somehow make the cowl end up looking like the Destroyer armor.
That's what I always think of. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I see this and it really just feels like the Destroyer armor is just Wolverine.
Yeah.
And I think that's what puts it over the top. If it didn't have that, it might be a B.
God, dude, that entire crew. Oof. We should read this and talk about it.
We should.
Just go through this, John.
Fear itself is one of those mini series and events that I think not a lot of people remember happened. Just because of the time frame in which it came out in.
Yeah.
It's one of kind of those like forget it, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna go A for awesome. Lock it in.
A for Asgardian because that's technically where it's from.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Next up, the most modern comic Wolverine new costume. We got the X-Men, the Krakoan era of Wolverine, right? This is very similar to the brown suit Wolverine, but there are its differences, its major differences. The belt is different. It becomes more of a like a utility belt.
Mm-hmm.
And also the brown runs through the pants. And the cowl, I think, is a little stubbier in this one than it is the original one.
Stubbier and sharper.
Yeah.
I still really like this one. I would put it in A personally, but this one feels more of like if you were to take the brown and then like add some stealthiness, X-Forciness to it, of course. Like you get that kind of fitted, I'm still gonna beat the hell out of you, but it's kind of modern. I'm gonna beat the hell out of you. Big old A.
Yeah. I like it in A.
Yeah. A for amazing, even though this isn't Spider-Man. But yeah, no, I think it's one of those you just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it feels like that's what they did. They took the brown suit and they were like, okay, we can't really do too much, but we can just kind of add a little bit,
Yeah.
little flair to it and see where we can, take it down. So I enjoy this costume a lot.
Yeah. I completely forgot about this one, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. I'm wondering if, since the Krakoan era is coming to an end, if we will see another redesign for Wolverine. I know they're making a new X-Men series, and I know Cyclops is getting a new costume that we haven't seen before. And I know Wolverine's in the team, but I can't remember if he has a new suit. We'll have to check that later.
Yeah.
Next up, we got everybody's favorite old man Logan. He has his trench coat. He has his red shirt. He has his cowboy hat. Spider Brando, I'm going to throw this one over to you first. How you feeling on Old Man Logan? Comic. Old Man Logan, by the way.
Well, let's just say I've had the comic in my possession for a very long time, and I haven't read it yet, but I do plan on it soon. I don't know where I would put this. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely not like it's B or above for me. It's just it's not really like a cot. It's just kind of just hem. That's why it gives me issues with trying to rank it. I would say just given like the story that I've heard that it's attached to, and obviously an old man's not gonna be wearing freaking tight latex and leather, and he still looks badass in it. I would go A.
Yeah. Double it up, baby. Hey,
Yeah.
the best version of Logan.
I'll triple that.
Triple A.
It's just, yeah, triple A. No battery. I just feel like it's one of those designs that it's simple yet effective.
Yeah.
Like,
especially in motion and fighting, and like seeing those panels where like the coat, like you I think the one cool thing that I always see with the coat is it adds so much motion in the way that it flows when he's slashing and those types of things. Like it just looks just dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great alternate like reality story too, but great costume for Wolverine because you can still tell it's Wolverine. And I think that's what makes a good design, like alternate design, is when you're able to do something different but still be able to tell, no, that's this character.
Yeah,
no doubt. So next up we got Patch, the, I want to say, alter ego of Wolverine when he's in Madripoor. Patch. He has an eye patch. He has a suit. He has a bow tie.
What do you got? No, what do you got? What do you got?
I don't know why. I really want to say 0.3. Like,
all right.
It's another instance of the Old Man Logan thing where it's just simple, but it works so well for Wolverine because we're so used to seeing him be this like more savage, fighter. When he's this, it's a little different,
He's got class.
Yeah.
He's got some
good, dude.
badassery.
Yeah.
I'm going 0.3 for that.
Oh.
Triple it up.
Oh yeah.
Triple it up, dude. My guy, who's pulled off a better fit with a cummerbund? Like, you're telling me there's nothing, it just bleeds cool. Like, it just oozes cool. I would love to see like a 007 version of like this, but just with Wolverine.
Yeah.
Hey, Fox, you messed up. All right. If you're gonna do Logan, you should have put this guy in there. Just saying. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Deadpool Wolverine has him.
Man. And if they do it right, it's gonna be, oh man, because he also has an eye patch. And like, let's be honest, not a lot of people can rock an eye patch unless you're a pirate or Nick Fury. But he rocks it really well.
What are you gonna say to him? Like, nice eye patch. So,
yeah. No, because
can
he might
cut in
stab
half.
you,
That's what I'm saying. He's like, you need it more than I do. And I'm like, no, I don't. Bam.
Yeah.
That's it. Drops into my martini.
Shaken, not stirred. This is what he just starts shouting at random one-liners as he stabs people.
Oh, I love that. I'm probably going to think about that all day tomorrow.
Yeah. Next up, another more modern redesign, but that takes cues from a classic costume. We have Astonishing Wolverine. I'm going to throw it up there. To me, this is another 0.3 certified, if I'm being honest, because it just takes what the classic one does and it just modernizes it a little bit, and it looks really, 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 really good.
This, okay, Spider Brano, if you're on the fence for this one, anytime this man is drawn walking, very few Wolverines look as badass as this version does. When he's just walking, like he's just beefy and just as like it looks so good. I'm going 0.3. Um, and as inspiration for Deadpool Wolverine.
I was
Yeah,
about
I'm
to say
going.
that
I'm
too.
going 0.3.
Plus, that's a
There
plus.
we go. There we go.
That looks beautiful.
Shout out Marvel Legend. They're making a astonishing Wolverine figure based on this
Ooh.
costume. It
As
looks
they
really
should.
good. I have mine pre-ordered. This is not an ad, but I'm just saying this costume just looks good in everything I've seen it in. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Spider-Man Web of Shadows game, I think, does a similar costume to this one,
Ooh.
and it looks really good.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
I like the blue that goes all
That's so
all the way
good.
down,
Yes.
and the little yellow tiger patches. Oh,
Yes.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, dude. It's clutch.
And
It's
and the
clutch.
gauntlets are a little different too, with the hits of yellow, and
Yeah, I see it.
it's just what a good like modern take on the costume.
Mm-hmm.
Don't Beast did not get the same love
You know,
during this run.
Someone took a look at Beast and they said, "I hate that character. Let's make him ugly."
I know this isn't a Beast one, but oh my gosh, that would be a Deheckasus for me.
Yeah, I'll throw a picture up there so people can see what we're talking about in the video. Here it is right now. Look at it. It's ugly. Yeah. Next up, Ultimate Wolverine. He very, similar to X-Men movie kind of, where it's like leathery. But it takes inspiration from comics that are a little bit more yellow. He doesn't have a giant X belt buckle thingy. He does have like an X badge though, which
Yeah,
is
cool.
pretty cool to me. And I actually do like the stripes going down the shoulders in a primarily black costume. It's a B for me. It's
I
not
would
bad though.
no, I would go B. I would go B. This does remind me more of the other version of Wolverine that we got from X-Men Evolution as well. And
Yeah, I'm just going B.
it's cool. It's got the stripes, like it's pretty badass, but
Yeah. I'll be honest, I've never read Ultimate X-Men, so I'm not like too sure how good. I've heard decent things. But I don't know. It's not a costume I love, but I don't hate it. I feel like it could be worse.
yeah.
But it could be better.
I agree.
So next up,
Dang, patch.
we got Weapon X Wolverine, the giant helmet, the wires, everything in between, the claws. Where are we feeling this one, gents?
Guys, I need to say this. This for me is number 2 on the entire list. This is a 0.3 certified. When I think of Wolverine, I don't think Logan. I don't think of the face. I think of the weapon that is Wolverine. You get the fit, and then you get this. And I think this is one of the coolest, timeless, ageless versions that you would ever see associated with him. It's not going to be drawn the same way. It's not going to look the same way today, right? But it's like, who is this monster?
If I saw this in the wilderness, I'd be terrified.
Oh, dude, hell no. If I'm walking and I'm in the woods and it's snowy and it's quiet and I see this man, not even Samurai's life out. I'm done. I'm not giving you a chance. It's over. I love this personally. I go 0.3 certified, but full bias.
Spider-Brando, though, you're kind of quiet over there on the Weapon X chat. What are we feeling?
Honestly, I've been researching some pictures because I slacked on that before. I'm not gonna lie. When I first Googled Weapon X Wolverine, I was like, what the heck is this?" But after looking at a lot more art and just like comic panels, that I almost just cursed so bad. That dude is so intimidating, and I would shit myself if I saw him in the woods. So I'd go 0.3.
Uh-oh, hero.
Yeah, no, it's 0.3. Like, no doubt. Where he'll end up on the 0.3 spectrum, we'll talk about towards the end. But yeah, this is another easy 0.3 for everything you guys have said. The only thing I have to say and kind of just bring up is it's unfortunate that in X-Men Apocalypse they really tried their best to give us a Weapon X, and it wasn't that good. I'll be honest. It wasn't that. I'll throw a picture up right here. There he is.
Wait, can we see it? I don't think we can see it.
Oh, I mean, like future state.
Oh. Edits.
In the edits.
Edits.
But yeah, I don't know. And I think it's a good try, but I think what it's missing is that visor helmet and the fact that he still has one, but it's like completely open to show Hugh Jackman's face. And it's like this weird shape. It just doesn't look good.
The best that this is like ever done isn't really even a Marvel related project. I always think of like Blanca from Street Fighter, of like the portrayal that this had, if you guys are familiar with that, of like just how like unhinged and visceral this looks to me. Like this is an animal.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
stage this peak. Imagine if we got this in Captain America sharing screen. Just saying.
Oh,
That'd be wild.
any of these 0.3 with Cap on screen would be.
Oh, my guy Steve looking fresh next to Patch.
Mm.
Like, hey Sailor, how's it going? He's like, who are you talking to? I'm like, don't touch me.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah. And then Sharon Carter comes out and she's like, I'm in Madripoor too. I'm the power broker, by the way.
Zemo just in the background, just dance.
Patch is like, wait, isn't that Baron Zemo? Oh, Lord.
Oh gosh. So many good things they could have done at that. Oof.
Honestly. X-Force Wolverine. This is just and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, saying this is just, but design-wise, it is basically just the brown costume, but in a black and gray colorway, and it kind of leads more towards the Krakoan Wolverine, where the black kind of continues down into the like inner leg area, depending who's drawing it, and the longer cowl. So it's a mix of different ones that we've seen. The X-Force did come out before the Krakoan Wolverine, though. Just saying. I know in my heart of hearts that this is just a simple color change, right? But it's so freaking good.
Yeah.
Shout, listen.
1.3, it's so bad.
Oh, I was gonna say 0.3 all day long.
Yeah.
Shout out to
black and white.
Yes, but have you guys ever seen those renditions of like, you know how they showed Deadpool and Wolverine walking next to each other when they first like leaked it and
like
stuff?
both of them as like X-Force.
The X-Force versions of like the black and gray Deadpool and then like this color scheme Wolverine. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope they do it in the movie. I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah. If we could get like a quick little cameo of an X-Force costume, ooh.
Please.
That would be so beautiful.
Variants galore.
Question though.
Okay.
Would this color scheme work on the tiger stripe costume? It was something I was thinking about as we were making the tier list. That I'm like, it works for the brown costume design because I think of the way that suit's designed. But as I was looking at the tiger stripe one, it could work, but I also don't know if it would work as well.
I think you would need it to be a black on black, but the stripes are kind of like more of like a matte black on a black type of thing, like it's subtle, but still you notice the stripes are there. But I think they could pull. I maybe it's on the internet already. We can find it, or someone can mess around with it in Photoshop or something. I think so. The red would be important. Where do you have it in red? If you do,
Rando, your thoughts?
I think it could be. I think it could work. That's all I got. Yeah, I don't really. Oh, I just came across the
Deadpool Wolverine.
Deadpool Wolverine.
It's nice.
It looks good. Again, I remember Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. One of my favorite alternates is just the X-Force costume.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
The day we get a Weapon X like super ultra combo on screen is the day we can just die happy.
Yep. Podcast is over. Yeah. The last episode is the review of that. Just done. I'm excited for this next one though.
I am too. And I won't lie, when I was looking back at it and looking for a picture, I had to look through multiple pictures of this one for some reason because Tiermaker is very particular on how it likes its formatting. But we got the X-Men Origins Wolverine with the jacket costume is basically what people were calling it online. So it's basically just his civilian clothes, and he has a jacket on. I like this costume for him.
For Hugh Jackman, live action?
Yes.
It's a good choice. I think it's good. I would say a nice, solid A. I know this is 0.3 for some.
I was thinking B.
Oh, what? Oh. That's completely opposite what I was. I thought you were going to be like, yeah, I like this. This is point. So I know people that love this look. I don't hate it. But I don't think it's better than any of the other ones, but it's cool. But that could be B for sure.
To me, it's just average. And I think B is just the pretty average rank for it. It's not like, I mean, it screams Wolverine when he's got his claws out and like it's Hugh Jackman, but it doesn't like, besides that, it does, if he retracts his claws and you swap anyone else, it just looks like some regular guy in a suit. So, like, it's not a knock on it to put it in C or the heck is this, but it's not anything like great that it has to be A or 0.3 where it's like that is Wolverine. To me, at least. So, I like B.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna say B.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say the top of B. Like this is borderline A. And the only reason I'm gonna say B is mainly the jacket itself.
It is a cool jacket.
It is a cool jacket, but what I was gonna say more so is that it feels like someone trying to cosplay Wolverine, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it actually feeling like Wolverine wearing civilian costumes. It feels like the designers were like, no, we have to put like yellow in there, or like this dirty yellow, so people know.
Yeah.
Wolverine, and we need 3 stripes because 3 claws and instead that's of why I can't being a jacket.
That is my number one gripe with live action Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Everyone's like, oh, he's definitely Wolverine. He's got yellow on his jacket. How do you not know that's Wolverine? I'm like, dog, that's Logan. Like that's Logan. Old Man Logan is Old Man Logan. We didn't say Old Man Wolverine. We said Old Man Logan. This is Logan. That's it.
But I don't mind this costume. I still like it a lot.
Yeah.
I just think it's not in the upper echelon of A's and 0.3 certified though.
So question. I sometimes count this, and I kind of am counting it in this scenario. If he was sitting on a motorcycle, and we include motorcycle plus jacket plus all that stuff, would it be in the A tier for you? Of like the look?
Yes. Because as soon as you said that, I have the image in my head of when, you know, he's going down this exact dirt road, the helicopter shooting at him, and he uses the claws to like whip himself around and then like strike the floor and, you know,
just turn
blow the
radius on
helicopter
max.
up. Yeah. I'd put it at A. High A, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like he needs an accessory
Yeah.
for this one.
Give him a
Not bad.
motorcycle. Give him the motorcycle. It'd be an A for me as well.
Okay. All right.
What if he had a cowboy hat?
No.
Oh, in a bar next to him on the bar top? Sold. Or if he's just wearing it. I don't know, man. Okay. One last question. I got to ask it. What if he has the same fit, but he's in like his flannel instead? Do we prefer that look over a leather jacket version of live action Wolverine?
With a cowboy hat?
I'd give him the cowboy hat. I always think he needs a cowboy hat personally. I like him with cowboy hats.
I don't know. I don't like the cowboy hat on him.
Oh, dog. I like him with a cowboy hat with a nice piece of straw in his mouth. Somebody rolls up to him. My guy's trying to sleep in the middle of the day. And somebody's like, "Why are you sleeping in my bar top?" And he's just like, one claw comes out of the middle. And he's like, "You want to see where I can fit this? Or you want to keep walking?" And they're like, "Sorry, man. I was just asking a question." And they're just like, and they spill, drink all over themselves. That's just what I always picture.
Yeah. It's just, well, give him I hope we see Wolverine with a cowboy hat one day.
Does he have one in the game? Did he have one in the game trailer? I can't remember if he was wearing one.
Yes, he does.
He did. He had his flannel on too, I think.
Yes.
The game's gonna be good.
Yeah. I have original thoughts.
Yeah. Well, gents, that is the tier list. We are done so far. But again, if you are new here, we don't just like to do the tier list itself. We like to rank within the tiers as well. So to quickly go over it, we're gonna start from the bottom, work our way to the top. At the heck is this? A 0.3 first. We don't have any.
You were right.
Wow.
That was a prediction, baby. But
well done.
We do have 2 in C. We have the X-Men movie, the first film, the leather costume. And then we have the Fang Wolverine. In front, we have the X-Men costume. And then in last, we have Fang. Do we feel like this is in the right order?
Lock it in.
I agree. I see Spider-Brando nodding his head in approval. So,
Dang, you got the spider nod?
No, I like that.
Blessed. You've been blessed.
We have. Moving on to B tier, we have the X-Men Origins Wolverine, the jacket costume. We have X-Men Evolution Wolverine, and then we have Ultimate Comics Wolverine. I feel like someone needs to shift.
Guys. I looking at this, I kind of want to move one of them into C tier.
Oh.
Evolution. I kind of feel like Evolution's a C guy.
Why is that?
Dude, my guy is tall character with his no quad self and his long legs. Like, you can move next to the bootcut god over there for all black leather.
I won't lie. I still feel like he's B.
That's fine. He's last. He's last. He's last. I think he's
Last?
last.
Yeah,
I think
I would
he's
put him
last.
last.
The stance of Ultimate's just getting me every time I look at him. I'm like, oh, he's about to mess somebody up.
I was gonna say the more I look at Ultimate, the more I feel like
I'm with you.
it should be.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Spider Brando.
Yeah,
He should be at the top.
I agree with that.
I'll agree. I'll agree.
I think I don't know. I think the weird like stripes on the shoulders are growing on me. It's a simple design, but I don't know. I like it a lot.
That was one of my favorite parts of the suit. I just
Yeah.
wish he had a cowl on. I don't like Wolverine not having a cowl.
Well, in A tier, you don't really have to worry about that, except for the last one. But we have the first appearance of Wolverine in Hulk 181. We have the Fear itself, the Asgardian armor, as some will call it. From, again, the Fear itself miniseries. We have the newest one in the Krakoa Wolverine. And then we have Old Man Logan himself.
That's a tough one.
This is tough because I feel like it's not wrong, right? This doesn't feel wrong to me the way we have it right now. But I
would
also
move
feel
one
like
thing.
someone would move. Yeah. Who would you
I
move?
would move the Krakoan and the Fear itself. And I would put Fear itself all the way at the end. And put
Ooh.
Logan or Old Man Logan at 3 and the Krakoan at 2. Just
I like that. I like that.
I can live with that.
I can live with that as well.
I can live with that. Point 3 certified. This one's going to be fun. We have the most iconic Wolverine costume, the classic tiger stripe Wolverine.
It's
We have the
staying right there.
second most iconic Wolverine costume in his brown costume. We have the best alter ego costume for Wolverine in Patch. We have the best modernization slash redesign ever in Astonishing Wolverine. We have the best feral version of Wolverine in Weapon X, and then we have the best palette swap in the history of palette swaps besides the Mortal Kombat ninjas in X-Force Wolverine.
Boys.
I think that's it right there.
It might be in order. Yeah.
I think it's in order already.
Yeah.
Oh, the only
I would move one.
I would slide Patch back 1.
Really?
Oh, okay. Nope. I was just trying to guess what you were guessing.
I was gonna say
Up?
yeah, Weapon X up.
I mean,
Astonishing.
Weapon X is over Patch. IMO. In my opinion. My humble point of opinion.
Man.
My humble shaken, not stirred. That's how I look at the rankings. I'm not going to stir them
Yeah.
up. I'm going to shake them up.
Yeah. Spider Brando?
I'd put Astonishing over the both of them.
What?
Oh man, some dissension in the ranks of the tiers.
Okay,
Man,
but
this
I
is
mean,
tough.
I'm not too
X Force is last for sure.
I would say so. Just because at the end of the day, it is just a palette swap.
Okay.
When you break
I'm
it down
not-
to like its most core.
I'm not too familiar with Patch and like Weapon X's. I mean, I know like the whole origin of like Weapon X, and, like Wolverine is
Mhm.
Weapon X, but I don't know. I'm still. It's just still something that like just classic and rejuvenated about that Astonishing suit. And my own personal bias of not knowing those two puts them back a little less. As cool and badass as they are,
Okay.
I don't
What
know,
if
I don't know.
what if we did this? It would make everybody happy, I feel like. We did that. And then we did that. Does this feel right? if we have Tiger Stripe Wolverine, brown costume, astonishing, Weapon X, patch, X Force.
Bro, my guy Patch is so clean though. He's just
He
so
is
clean.
clean.
That the problem with Wolverine is, and I think it's these two. It's that we love the feral side of Wolverine, but when he's smooth, and he looks good. So it's
My girl
hard.
Jean melts. My girl Jean melts. She's like, "Oh, Logan." And he's like, "The name is Patch, honey. The name is Patch."
Like
Oh,
especially, and I
10
and I
on
think
red.
I think what sucks is that this picture's so good of him. Like
Dude, it's
one
so-
hand
It
in
is a
pocket,
great
the other
picture.
one out with the claws. It's like, ooh.
It's so good.
Maybe when Deadpool and Wolverine comes out, if we get a patch like we saw in the trailer of a suited up Wolverine, my opinion will change on it. But
Bro. It's so head of
I
the
like
table,
that
baby.
order
Throw the
that we
ones
have
up
right
real
there.
quick for Patch. Oh,
Should, okay. So is Patch above Weapon X? Because I feel like the first three and the last one are locked in. So
Dude, okay,
it really comes down to Patch and Weapon X.
but that's kind of why I have the astonishing in fifth. Like he looks cool, but like the first one, iconic. The second one, double iconic. That one, I'm like, nah, my guy looks good. But then I'm like, oh shoot, Farrell. And then I'm like, oh dang, smoothest guy in the club. And then I'm like, oh okay, X Force is cool. I feel like astonishing is closest to X Force, but Patch next to X Force, I'm like, something's just there needs to be something in between. Guys,
Picking up what you're putting down.
I can see that. I can see that. So Spider Brando, are you okay if we move him back a bit?
Just let's just look at it for a minute.
Whoa,
Let's
that's
just
too
look
far.
at it.
That's too
Yeah,
far.
my bad, my bad. But you see, then when I put him next to the brown costume, and then I feel like it needs to go like this.
Shoot. Maybe he is third. Maybe he is third. Because then
I
I'm
put him
picturing
at
him
3
walking
just
again, and
because
I'm
of
like, dang,
like iconic and just
bro, he looks good.
I-
He looks
he
good.
does look good.
Okay, hold on. One more peep. Oh man, he looks so good. All right, I give it third. I concede.
I think if it was any other cover picture or anything that we had used, that it might be less, but this picture of Patch just goes
Bro,
so
it's
hard.
So hard.
Man, Wolverine is, I think what this shows to us, Wolverine is one of the best looking characters ever. Best designed characters all time.
Any platform, anime doesn't matter. American doesn't matter. Book doesn't. I'm not fine.
Yeah.
Like this guy's got versatility.
Top 2?
Ooh.
Huh?
Ooh, I don't know.
That could be a discussion, for another day. But
Real quick. Spider-Man's 0.3, Wolverine's 0.3, Batman's 0.3.
he's over Batman.
I don't think we had a fresher list of 0.3 than Wolverine's.
No, he's over Batman. That's for sure.
It's between him and Spider-Man for 0.3.
That's why I said top 2.
Spider-Man out.
I ain't getting over my bias.
I'm full bias here, so I feel that. Dang, am I triple bias?
He might be 0.3 biased.
Technically.
Kind of. When are we gonna mash these all up and just do a full-on list? That's
Oh man, we're gonna have to one day I think Spider Brando said it in our last tier list. We might do this. Maybe when we get a couple more tier lists. I think this is our third or fourth.
Should we do Joker next?
Oh, we definitely could. That'd be fun.
Did we?
I was gonna say maybe we could do every 5 or 6 tiers, and we can pit them against each other. All the 0.3s from those.
You guys have
Just to kind of see.
too.
Huh?
So we gotta do a Deadpool one. I don't know how many suits he has, to be honest, but like
Not
just
as
to go
many.
with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Wizard Deadpool.
I was gonna say
Oh, dude,
Funko Pops
actually, yeah,
don't
there's
count
a
though,
fucking Funko.
because
Got
we'd
King
be
Deadpool,
here.
Bedtime Deadpool. I can
Yeah.
name them. Like I have that whole first set. I can name them all right now.
Yeah,
In
no.
a
Ask me.
pool, dog pool. Maybe after Deadpool comes out, we could just do like a ranking on variants that we see in there on top of just general comic suits and stuff.
True. We could do that. We could also probably end up doing X-Men at some point, just ranking X-Men. That would be really fun, I feel like, and we would probably ruffle a lot of feathers just because
Oh my gosh. Should
X-Men
we do?
are a lot of people's favorite.
Here's my suggestion: X-Men 97 versus Avengers, but the Earth's mightiest heroes.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
I would be down for that.
Well, until then, though, this is the Wolverine tier list. To quickly go over it, a 0.3 first. Once again, we don't have a the heck is this. In C tier, at the bottom, we have Fang Wolverine. Next up, we have the X-Men 1 Wolverine costume. In B tier, we have X-Men Evolution. We have, after that, X-Men Origins Wolverine, his jacket costume. Then Ultimate Comics Wolverine. After that, in A tier, at the bottom, but again, still very highly ranked, we have the Asgardian armor from Fear itself. We have Old Man Logan. We have the Krakoan era Wolverine. And then we have his first appearance in Hulk 181, 180, depending who you are. After that, in 0.3 certified, the best of the best. Again, the best palette swap ever. X-Force Wolverine, the best modern redesign. In astonishing, the best feral design of Wolverine. In Weapon X, the smoothest man alive. In Patch, then we have the most iconic alternate costume to ever exist in his brown one. And then we have what could be debated one day as the most iconic superhero design ever in all of history, in the classic tiger stripe costume. That is your 0.3 Wolverine tier list, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely had fun with this one, but that's all the time that we have for this week. So make sure you subscribe to us, follow us on all of our social medias, join us on Discord where we have community nights and just a bunch of chat. Remember, Discord sees a lot of this stuff first and gets to chat with us a lot about the things going on first before we get to do it here. So if you want to do that with us, definitely join us over there. But until next Wednesday, live stream 9:05, 9:10 Eastern Standard Time. There are 3 things that you need to keep doing constantly. That's keep watching, keep reading. In this case, keep nerding out about Wolverine because he's coming soon. Until then, we'll see you later. Take care.